a special thank you to Jessica Gold. The Treehouse Story by Jessica Gold. Grandpa and Grandma were up visiting from Florida. They came up every few months to see us, and we were always excited to have them come visit. Grandpa loves to tell all these funny stories about my dad when he was a child. My brother and I love hearing them. Dad was quite the mischievous child. Our favorite new story is the Treehouse story. We just love the way Grandpa tells it. Your dad was around 10 years old. He was quite an independent thing back then and stubborn as a mule. We all laughed at that, and Dad turned a shade of red. He shared a room with Uncle Joe, and that didn't go very well. Joe was very messy, and your dad was pretty neat. Dad smiled at that one and gave us a thumbs up. He was very neat now, too. Grandpa laughed and continued, so your dad decided that he was moving out of the room and begged me to help him build his own apartment. We all laughed at that. I said, son, you have to learn to get along with your brother. And no, I won't build you a new place to live. Your father didn't take that very well. Grandpa continued and stopped after school at our neighbor's house. And the neighbor just happened to own a lumberyard. Your dad agreed to weed and mow the neighbor's lawn each week for enough lumber to build a tree house. We all looked at Dad and smiled. That sounded like something Dad would do. He was a good businessman. Your father insisted on doing it himself. Grandpa continued every day after school. He would be out there hammering every night. I would be secretly out there fixing the hammering that he did. We all laughed. Your dad tried, he tried, but the boards were uneven and so unsafe. He would have fallen right out. After a month or so, the treehouse was done. Your dad insisted on painting it bright blue and came into the house covered in paint. It took 3 days to come out of his hair, but he did it. He built that treehouse and used it every chance he got. He even proposed to your mom in there after they graduated college. We all smiled as Mom squeezed Dad's hand. I wish we had a tree house, I said. Me too, echoed my brother. Dad turned to us and smiled. I want Grandpa to tell that story because we have a surprise for you. Dad led us all to the backyard, and a pile of wood lay on the ground. Our eyes went wide, and we felt so excited. Dad said, "Family project starts today. Let's build you two a tree house." We spent the day hammering away. We heard years later that Grandpa snuck out at night to fix the hammering that we did, just like he did when Dad was a boy. Many memories have been made in our treehouse. I go out there every day and do my homework. My friends come over and climb up the ladder, and we spend our days playing and laughing. It is our own private place, and we love it. Every time that Grandpa comes up from Florida, now he insists on climbing into our treehouse and playing with us. And guess what story we always ask him to tell? The treehouse story. We are certainly glad that our dad was a stubborn little boy. The end! Please support Jessica Gold by buying her book.